It was quite the busy weekend for the local sheriff's department. We'll learn more about that in a moment. Also, the property tax bills are out now and are due soon. And now that deer season is out, the roads are a little bit more dangerous. We'll also hear about the fugitive of the month. Welcome to this week's Sheriff's Report. I'm Kenneth Friedrich here with Sheriff Sam Steger. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So you want to tell me about this crazy weekend y'all had?
Sure. I think the public is anxious to hear what we did this weekend. And of course, I like to brag on the men and women that work in the office every chance I get. They did a great job this weekend. We had a county and state pursuit this week that started with just basically somebody getting pulled over for expired registration. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that that gentleman was wanted out of Montana. Basically, Deputy Adam Doss attempted to stop a vehicle for expired tags, got the driver out of the car, was talking to him. When the passenger slid over into the driver's seat of the truck and sped off, and a pursuit ensued. That truck wrecked. The driver got out and ran on foot to a nearby residence where he basically broke into the house, stole that gentleman's truck. A second pursuit ensued, went down into Tennessee. Henry County deputies responded to try to find our stolen truck, and as that was all playing out, they located the truck at a convenience store but didn't realize at that point in time that the subject was inside robbing that convenience store.
Wow. He
got in a third vehicle. Another pursuit ensued and ended up back in Calloway County up on Murray Parish Road, which is just south of town. And we had about a 20-minute standoff with a Trevor Troll, and unfortunately, he ended up taking his own life. However, at least nobody else was injured. He did fire a couple of shots at some deputies just inside Henry County. And there were homeowners there on Murray Parish Road. Mr. Troll ran up to the front porch, attempted to get into their house. Luckily, they saw him coming with a weapon. He was armed. They locked their doors, took cover. We got on the phone with them and made sure they were safe. They did a great job of getting out of our line of fire in case we were to have to encounter him with our weapons. And like I say, unfortunately, he took his own life. But like I say, in today's society, with all the pursuits and stuff you see, we were very fortunate that nobody else was injured or nothing happened. Nothing else happened there. But when you get a scene like that and an incident happen like that, it's lengthy. There's a lot that goes into something like that. There's a lot of people that work together. Murray Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, Fire and Rescue, all the Tennessee entities, the state police, all worked together and really did a good job. So my hat's off to everybody to make sure everybody was safe. That's
awesome. What about, is there any way that you think that the reason why he could have done what he did?
Sure. Our understanding is, like I say, he was on parole out of Montana. Believe he did not want to go back to prison. Henry County had been in pursuit of him last week, lost him, and later on Sunday night, we actually found the stolen car that he had stolen out of Tennessee, and they were in pursuit of that night. So Sunday was not your normal quiet Sunday where we go to church and have a little dinner and everything was a nice calm Sunday. Sunday was very eventful, very dangerous, but luckily all the officers and citizens and everybody came out on top, and we're always thankful for that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad that nobody was severely.
Certainly.
Yes. Absolutely.
So that's the kind of dedication you have from here at our office. The men and women are dedicated to doing their job and making sure the citizens of this county are safe. So I was very proud of them.
We also have you to thank for that, though.
I appreciate it. So
you're welcome. What about these taxes now, switching gears?
People like to hear about the taxes. So property taxes are out. We just started collecting them November the 1st. And just a little rundown of how the taxes work. You can pay them online through our website. You can pay them there in the office. We take card, cash, check. Of course, last year we implemented a new drop box right outside the night entrance of the sheriff's office. So any 24 hours a day, you can drop your tax bill and payment off there at the office. We ask that if you use the drop box that you don't put cash in it, just for the sake of not having the cash leave anybody's hands. So we do ask for a check if you're going to drop that into the night drop box. But tomorrow is the last day for the discount. You get a 2% discount through November the 15th. And then we have a face value phase where whatever's on your tax bill is what is the value of that bill. And it runs through, it'll be January the 2nd this time because of the way December 31st falls on the weekend, and we'll be off on the 1st as well. So we're extending that to January the 2nd. Through January 2nd, you can pay it without a penalty. After January 2nd through January the 31st, you have a 5% penalty for like a late fee. And then after January 31st, that penalty jumps up to a 21% penalty. So we encourage everybody to get your property taxes paid. And that 21% penalty runs until we stop collecting the taxes on April the 15th.
Okay.
So just be mindful that when you get your tax bill, the quicker you pay it, the better off you are.
Yeah. Is there anybody who never really pays for them?
There are, and unfortunately, those people wind up in the newspaper. I believe they print a delinquent tax list. I guess it's kind of like Santa's naughty list. So we don't want to be on that list. So make sure you get your payments in. And if you have any questions about your tax bills, you can call our tax hotline at 270-761-4829, or it's 761-4TAX. Okay. Is the line to call for the tax office there. So call with any questions you may have. We always have some questions about property that exchanged hands during the previous tax year and stuff. So the ladies down there will be glad to answer any questions.
Well, thank you
along those lines. So
thank you for that information. So yeah, you heard them, guys. Make sure you pay those taxes before it's too late.
That's right.
But also switching gears again to deer season. This past weekend was the first opening, right?
Correct. Opening deer season was this weekend. Of course, we always see an influx of collision, of wrecks whenever deer season starts, because the deer are moving because of all the activity going on in the woods and everything. And we certainly saw it this weekend. We had a number of deer wrecks this week. And we had a very serious one last night, as a matter of fact, out on 121 North, there at Johnny Robertson Road. So people that think that, hitting a deer is not that big of a deal, it really is. You got to be careful driving these roads. Keep your speed down, and of course, I always tell people, hit the deer. Yeah. Don't take a chance on running off the road, overcorrecting, and coming across and hitting somebody else head on. So I preach to my kids all the time. Matter of fact, about every day. If with deer moving like they are, strike the animal. Don't try to swerve and miss because you're going to overcorrect or something and land into the path of another car, and that's far worse. So be mindful of your driving out there. Watch your speed. Always watch your sides of the road. A deer wreck can happen just like that.
It's hard to see them too.
It is. It's very hard to see them, especially at night.
Yes.
When they're moving around. And along those same lines is our hunter safety. Mm-hmm. And I like to preach this during this time of the year. It's gun season, which is more dangerous obviously than the bow and arrow season is. And a couple of things I like to tell people is, make sure you've got your hunter orange out there. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you're getting to your stand and get up in your stand with your gun unloaded. We say that so many times of people thinking, they're going to get that one extra shot, so they leave that gun loaded, try to get in their stand, and something bad happens. And so we want to make sure that keep your guns loaded until you're in that stand. And the other very important thing that we see a lot of times is make sure you know what your target is.
Yeah.
And a lot of deer hunters are out early in the morning, where you have your low light effects, and then into late in the evening, where again you have the sun going down, and it's hard to see your target, and so they see something walking across the field there and thinking, it's got to be a deer, and it turns out it's not. It's somebody that is leaving another deer stand or what have you. So make sure that you have your targets and you know what the target is that you're shooting at. So I just want to encourage everybody to be mindful of the deer season right now.
I know it's still early, but has there been any accidents yet with that?
No hunting accidents that I'm aware of. None here in Calloway County that I've been made aware of. Just had lunch yesterday with the Fish and Wildlife sergeant there, so he didn't make us aware of anything that they've encountered. But they're out hot and heavy in the woods right now looking for violations. Make sure you got your deer tags. That can be very costly. Hunting without your license and stuff can cost you your hunting life, your hunting privileges for the rest of your life, and taking your firearms away. So there's some serious repercussions if you don't follow the rules. So I encourage to make sure everybody does that.
Yeah, absolutely. Our fugitive of the month, though.
Yes.
So who is that this month?
So our fugitive of the month is Robert W. Kendall. Pictured right there, Mr. Kendall is 22 years old. He is 6 foot, about 145 pounds, a white man, red hair and blue eyes, and we have 3 warrants on him. He's absconded from probation and parole, so they have a warrant on him for his parole violation and failure to appear and pay for some DUI charges that he has in court. So if you know where Mr. Kendall is, please give us a call or call our Crime Stoppers hotline at 753-9500.
Okay.
And there's always a cash reward there for anybody with the information that leads to the arrest of our fugitive of the month. And so if you want to make some extra cash and know where Mr. Kendall is, give us a call.
Absolutely. Y'all normally are really good with finding these people, though, right?
We've had very good success with finding them after we get their names out there and people see who we're after. And of course, money always talks. So
yes,
anytime somebody sees a dollar bill, they want to call in and get that cash. So
especially during Christmas time.
That's right. Good time to get that cash. So that's what we're offering, and we'll be glad to pay you out for some information.
Awesome. You were telling me earlier about this shooting that happened in Texas with the churches.
Yes,
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Sure. Just real quick, I've had a lot of people call me about their concerns about the church shooting that happened in Texas. I believe it killed 26, injured 20 plus more in a rural area, just kind of like Murray, Kentucky is here. And we have had some inquiries. I've had several actually inquiries about doing some training and going and looking at some of our rural churches to see what kind of safety precautions they might take to deter something like this. Which, of course, that shooting right there was probably unstoppable. But we do want to make sure that we're taking every step necessary to make sure that our churches are safe. Anywhere, any public place is safe. And I've just talked with somebody this morning, and you can watch my Facebook page, but looks like at Poplar Springs Baptist Church, we're going to be doing a little seminar the Wednesday after Thanksgiving. Don't know the exact date of that. I didn't look this morning, but at 7 p.m. at Poplar Springs Baptist Church, we're going to have a little bit of a seminar, and I'm going to try to tell people, give them some ideas for our church leaders or school leaders or anybody in the public sector that wants to protect their property, that they can come and see what we have to offer as far as giving them ideas to help protect their property and the people that come to churches and schools and stuff. So we'll be glad to have you.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And it was only 20 injured, right? Nobody died?
That's correct. Yeah, there was 26, I believe, that were killed. 26 killed and 20 died in that church. There again, when you're in a confined spot like that, and somebody walks in with a weapon, it's hard to get out as quick as he can fire. So fatalities in that confined of a space are probably going to be high when you have that incident, happen like that. So it's unfortunate. We need some work done in our mental health community. If you ask me, I think we could do a better job in our mental health capacity and looking at those people. But that's my stance on that.
Yeah.
I don't believe the gun is the problem. I believe that the people behind the gun are the problem. So
absolutely.
Hopefully, we can get some good information out to people that come see us that Wednesday night at Poplar Springs.
Yes. I hope this helps to share the news. So
certainly.
Prayers go out to that family, though.
Absolutely.
Or families.
Absolutely. Very devastating.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have for today. So, for this week's Sheriff's Report, thank you for taking the time to inform us about the issues in our community, Sheriff, and see you next time on the monthly Sheriff Report. I'm Kenneth Friedrich.